What up, everybody, and welcome to another replay review. Today we're hopping on board a Platinum Slayer game with tdaggers. And before the match begins, I want to read a little excerpt from the Halo 2 strategy guide once I jump onto tdaggers' perspective and make sure wireframes are on. This is from the Halo 2 official strategy guide that was released, man, forever ago, back, 2004? I think it was. So I've had this thing for a long time, and it is by Piggyback, I think. And here's a quote that just really stands out and fits what we're doing here with replay reviews. And I quote, "Practice makes perfect. A little knowledge really is a dangerous thing. You'll need to learn many tricks and tactics before you become a respected multiplayer veteran. You can learn a lot from observing other people. Oddly enough, the most instructive events you'll encounter are your own deaths. Observe how accomplished foes perform, the way they move, their choices of weaponry, their general technique. Take note of surprise assaults, how your opponent evades your attacks, and instances where your team has been completely overrun by an opposing force. What kind of tactics were used? Forewarned is forearmed, after all." And I just think, end quote, by the way, that just fits what we're doing here with the replay review series. Why I started it in the first place is to really try and help other players. I'm going to pause it here. Learn from simple mistakes and deaths. That's how I started as a player. Halo 2, well, I did play CE, but didn't care that much back then. It was just me messing around with friends. But during the Halo 2 online days, I played at my buddy's house, BBK Bones, and the guy was just a monstrous player, and I got to sit and watch his gameplay all the time, and he would watch my gameplay because we'd usually do split screen online together, and just having him give me little bits of advice continually, like, don't use that, pick that up there. That was so helpful. And in this series, you know, this is only one step of the growth as a player. Like, you need to watch HCS, you need to watch other YouTubers, you need to watch other gameplay analysis and other replay reviews to learn from multiple different sources, because my interpretation of, you know, what works in a gunfight, what doesn't work, strategy, positioning, it's all going to be a little bit different from person to person, and that's what generally makes style. There are hard rules, you know, power weapon timings, controlling certain areas of the map, and certain gunfighting stuff that is pretty objective. But for the most part, learn from your deaths and watch your own replays, you guys. You don't need somebody else to sit here and yakety sacks at it. You probably have a good idea what you're looking for. So, tdaggers has been playing since Halo CE. He is somebody, nice, wow, that could have, whew, you played it to the last second there, right? Okay, and let's look here. Gets the second kill. Nicely done. They're going to aim up. Oh, just barely on the third. Switch, switch, switch. Okay. If you get the body, swap immediately to your secondary. You had a DMR, switching to the secondary and peppering him with shots is going to be a lot easier, and you're not going to be wasting any more of the sniper rifle ammo. It's going to be so much easier on you than trying to land a second or third beam if you just hit the body, swap to your DMR, make that muscle memory, make it habit, unless you're being pushed like 2 or 3 people and you have to go for that desperation headshot. That's the only way you're going to survive. Okay. This player has been playing since Halo CE. He has really loved Halo 3, kind of fell off the bandwagon around MCC. He works full-time, but he does play Halo 5 pretty regularly to unwind after school. He's an Australian. Very nice. Ooh, good back smack. Gets the beam rifle back. Only 20% left. Picks up the DMR as well. Ooh, kind of delayed. Not sure why he didn't put any shots in. Looks, goes for the poke. Oh, looked like the body shot was going to land and then gets super naded from one of those guys, I think. Who's Joe overrated? Joe overrated is Joe. Where's Joe? Ooh, Joe saw you. Okay, interesting. So, that bro is the one who saw you and naded over. So be careful. Remember this sight line right here, open to the beam rifle bridge. I'm going to butcher some of the callouts for Riptide, simply because I don't know them. I mean, I know basic stuff. Oh, I guess I should explain one thing too. You mentioned that you think you guys control the beam rifle pretty well, which I'm going to be critiquing gunfighting in this one more than previous replay reviews. But you also feel like you don't really have a good idea where the other team is throughout this match. And that's going to boil down to 2 things, spawns and using your ears. So let's start out with the initial spawns. Blue team spawns right here, which is closest to the Hydra, which is right here. Hydra's really solid power weapon, especially after buff. The red team spawns over here. It's a really kind of funky spawn, but they spawn right down here, and they have easier access to the beam rifle, which comes out of this weapon pad right here. The beam rifle that you're going to play with throughout this match, I think, has a few effective places to fire from. If you need to get people out of top middle and also over by the Hydra floor, whatever you want to call it, I think you can snipe from here pretty safely. I think you can also snipe from here pretty safely. You snipe from right over this hallway for most of the game. I got stuck on a wall there. And that's fine. That's okay. Just know that you're really forcing a very narrow cone of vision with that power weapon. You're really relying on people to... Top middle, it's always high traffic area, so I'm not going to call it out as being the totally wrong spot, but don't forget that you can use that beam rifle elsewhere. Beam rifle being a much easier precision weapon to land snapshots with, I think, than the sniper rifle. So we'll check out this gunfight right here. Throws the second nade, backs off to the other side. You're a little bit damaged. Grabs yourself the BR. Going to pick up the storm rifle. Very good choice. I think that should be applauded. The storm rifle is solid, rock solid in these situations. Look where you're aiming, though. Gun down is a missed opportunity. If you were just gunfighting this guy right around the corner, I'm going to take wireframes off for a second. If you were just gunfighting this guy and you're coming around this corner, where do you want those crosshairs to be? You want it to be exactly where you think he would be as you push out and as I get stuck on another wall. It was going to be really fluid and smooth, I know. But you come around the corner and check out where that crosshair placement is. You don't want to do that. You want that crosshair where you think the opponent's going to be. And the last time you spotted him, I'm pointing at the screen even though you guys can't see it, is then that little white square where the red bro is. So I'll turn wireframes back on. Ooh. That guy should have killed you right here. He should be pushing down. Should be pushing. And he totally chokes on all of his shots. All right. I'm not going to say, like, great reversal, because that guy was choking hard. Goes for the shot. Wouldn't have dropped down. Don't need to drop down, because now you have to get right back up to the top. Ooh, little sprint juke there that reset your timer for the shield recharge. Be careful of those. Misses a lot of shots, a lot of bursts, eats the nade. Remember, every one of those bursts count, man. Let's fast forward a wee bit here. And also Hydra. I don't think your team touches Hydra this whole match, and that's a mistake on Riptide. I've had some mighty delicious Hydra plays here. Runs back over, uncontested beam rifle. Is going to pick it up. Teammate takes the dude out. I'm going to grab beam rifle, and you're going to run it to the place where you are going to run it for the rest of the match. Throwing that out there, because we're going to bring it up in a minute. I also mentioned your ears. I mentioned spawns and using your ears. Okay, one body shot, swap, 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 swap. You landed the body, should have swapped to the DMR earlier. Your teammate ends up taking him out. Wait for the shield to recharge before the poke. Okay, swap. Swap to DMR. That guy is an easy, easy, easy thing. All right. Just wait. Just wait. Good defensive nade. Wow, good stick. Oh, man, really good stick. Seems like you almost thought that you were going to die there a little bit earlier because you got the stick and might have been able to survive had you keep moving. I'm going to throw another thing out there. The only way that they can win this engagement with you having the sniper is if you miss the shot and if you don't actually put pressure back onto them with like a DMR. They're going to have to push you down the hallway. That's it. And as the sniper, you've got the big, big advantage of popping in, popping out, popping in, popping out. Each time I see you sniping this hallway, you're remaining very static to line that shot up, not moving. And then you get the shot and then go back in. You got to be ready to pop shot, having that crosshair ready to go, popping out, hitting the shot, going back in, or even just attempting to take the shot. That shows them, hey, back off. Please do not push this hallway. When you just go right back behind the cover after getting totally toasted, it gives them free reign to walk down the hallway. So, all right, let's see if I can find you again. There we go. Last one's the charm. So we're fighting the hallway once again. Ooh. From a decision-making standpoint, you dropped the beam there. You knew that you dropped the beam there. You just engaged into a situation where they had the advantage. And you knew that. Make mental note, just like the strategy guide quote said, you learn the most from your deaths. That was an easily avoidable death. Just engage that position from a different angle or with support of your teammates. I'll fast forward here a little bit. And now you have that knowledge too, since this has happened. You're going to get the beam rifle spawn. You're going to be able to flank them. You got a teammate right next to you, so this is a nice time to push and go help him. Go help him. Oh, no. Hopefully your teammate No, your teammate died. All right. 2v1 potential. I'm getting stuck on everything today, guys. There's a 2v1 potential for big success if you jump up there and push with that teammate. This guy, no matter how good he is, no matter what kind of player he is, he can't shoot 2 people at once. He also is the player with the beam rifle as it stands, so look for those opportunities even when you're playing with randoms. Fast forward a little bit here. First person, gets the cheeky little stick, and it goes down to the second guy. Man, you're pretty good with those last second sticks. I always choke them. Get a spawn back over here. You're above them. Man, Riptide spawns, yo. You are really close to a lot of these guys. Words. Okay, I love wireframes. This makes replay reviews so much more fun. Don't give up that height advantage. Notice I said height and not height. As people are like, you don't pronounce height. Okay, no, thank you. Oh, good. Oh, nade. Nice nade. Good kill. And is the second one going to come around the corner? No, he is not. You're backing up to top center. Remember to watch out your angle from the beam rifle right side. If you back up a little bit further, they might be able to see you. Use your ears, bro. Use your ears. I'm hearing it go on so long. Check this out. That dude is fighting with these dudes, and you've got the most beautiful flank in the world up here. You can just poke this edge and start firing down on these people. So use those ears. I've not seen you assist a teammate like maybe there's like 2 times so far in this game. But listen, you hear him engaging. You hear them engaging over there. Listen to him. No, go help him, dude. Oh, you're so close. Look at this. He does not know. He's in the middle of reloading. He's got some damage taken on him, I think. Maybe it's all re-healing at this point, so. But work with the team. Easy way to know that. Oh, whoa. Theater mode glitch. Jumped ahead. Use your ears, man. If you're not wearing headphones, pop a pair of earbuds in or something. You'll be able to use the stereo to pinpoint where folks are at. Going into pressure the beam rifle. Nice. Gets the beam. Don't sprint. There we go. Nicely done. And what do you know? We're going to go back to the exact same snipe point. You can snipe from here and provide support. Your team has not been supporting you in this area of the map. Why? Because your team's been out here fighting in the more open area. There's going to be a lot easier snipes up here if you're trying to shoot people who aren't shooting back at you, who are busy shooting your blue teammates. So let's fast forward as you work your way up here. Top middle is a big spawn, so I'm not denying it. All right. Again, look, the only way they're beating you in this position is they're pushing up on you. You're not putting the pressure into these guys. You're showing them that they can shoot 2-3 times into you, and you'll just hang back waiting for your shield to respawn. That gives them open range to just push the hallway and attack you. Yeah. See what I'm saying? They figured it out. At this point, they've figured it out. It's the 3rd or 4th time they've been able to do that this match. They've got your number. They know. So if you get that beam rifle again, just move to a different spot on the map. You guys also have not been capitalizing on the Hydra. I think on the outside of the map, like we've not seen much of the gameplay from your teammates, but I'm thinking those guys, don't double it. You know what I have to say about double nades, bro. It's a waste. It's a waste. Grabs the extra plasmas. That was actually really smooth. Good perfect? Yeah, there it is, the perfect. So you are going to get the beam one more time. Oh. Really? Wait. Is it him? Is it Joverated? It is. I want to see that. All right, we got to see if he knew about this or if that was an accident nade. It was a total accident nade. He just randomly hucked it and got you. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Thank you, replay mode. See, that's the kind of stuff I always want to know about. When I get salty in a match, I'm like, how did he throw that? Well, he just threw a John Elway lob and landed in the end zone, and you just happened to be there at the same exact time as him. Picks up the DMR. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on map control on Riptide. I do know I've had some solid matches on it, mostly in free-for-all, but, oh, just predictable. Predictable. Again, let's look at it. Stop jumping cameras. Let's look at it from a real top-down standpoint. It's hard to remember these things in game. You died from the John Elway grenade right here, and that's where the beam rifle was. You poked a really easy sight line for the beam rifle player to shoot you. when you have pretty good data and intel that the beam rifle guy, the last known place he was seen was right up here. So, you know, perhaps a secondary assault. You're just not using 60% of the map. This and that, and this and that, and this and that. All right, so I think this is your final life of the game. And again, back to the same place. Woo! Thank goodness there was no beam right there. You grab the beam. Are we going to see you snipe another line? No, we're going to see you snipe the same line of sight. How's it going to play? Ooh, no move! Oh. When you see the rockets a coming, you got to thrust away like Neo, dude. Thrust away like Neo. Now, you know there's a Hydra up there. You know there's a Hydra. Be careful. Be careful, and you've seen somebody up there. Okay, good, perfect. Good, perfect. Be cautious. Where's that Hydra? Oh, is that it? Oh, that's it. Bummer. Well, GG's. 16-11, you went positive. A few of your teammates really struggled. I'm going to say something. I didn't see you help your teammates very much that game. Yeah, I think you did a good job of holding on to beam rifle for a while, but throughout the whole game, probably 5 kills or less with it. So just having it, that's helpful, but having it and using it successfully, that's even more helpful. And your teammates were out over here having big skirmishes. So think of Halo as the 4-man team is like one giant overshield, okay? And if one of the players isn't helping them, isn't part of that giant shield, it's like taking one layer away from an overshield. It's the best way I can describe it. And when you have a lone wolfer who's not helping finish off kills, it's exactly like that. You come at it with a smaller overshield. It's just missed opportunities. If your teammates are getting opponents weak and they're dying and then you're not cleaning it up for them, it's like a double whammy in Slayer. A double slam donkey. Thank you for the replay, tdaggers. When it comes to using the beam rifle, especially on smaller maps, every 4v4 map in Arena Halo 5 requires you to be comfortable enough with the sniper to land snapshots, and Riptide is no exception. There's a lot of sharp, small, tight 90-degree sight lines that you have to be able to pop out, land the shot, go back in. How are you going to land more of those shots? You're going to train in the octagon. I give this, prescription to everybody. You're going to train in the octagon with the buddy 30 minutes because, yeah, you were holding on to that beam rifle, but you were missing a lot of potential shots, and you need to be more comfortable using that beam rifle while you're moving. It's not a op in CS where you poke out, you plant, you fire, and then you go back in. You should be able to make a lot of moving shots using the right stick to get the crosshair close to the opponent and sweet spot it using your strafe. And there's a lot of timing that'll come pretty naturally if you just spend, like I said, 30, 40 minutes in the octagon. Snapshots are a lot easier too with the beam rifle, so keep that in mind. You got to remember to help your teammates out more. When you see the yellow of their icon above their head, or you see a red X, or you hear them in a gunfight, that's all data to you. That's where the enemy is. The enemy may be weak around that corner. I should be participating in this fight. A 2v1 is one of the hardest things to come up against in a game like this and be victorious. So you want to be the guy in the 2v1 situation, not the guy in the 1v2 situation. The more often you can set yourself up for that, and when you play with randoms, it could sometimes mean going to just dumb places on the map so that you can work together as a unit and put pressure on people together. Try not to forget where the power weapons dropped and be cautious when engaging those locations. You knew almost every time where that beam rifle dropped, and then you'd go right back to engage it in the same sight line that you yourself were posted up on, giving the enemy team a pretty easy opportunity. Throw some element of surprise in there. Do some sort of flank that they're not expecting. Because good players, and you're in Platinum at this point, people are going to start to predict, hey, they know I've got the power weapon. They're going to be pushing me to get that sucker back. I'm going to post up this sight line. People are going to do that now, so you need to find ways to flank or work with the team to try and get it back, a coordinated push. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. It's been requested that I do a recap of some of the instructions of how to submit a replay. All of that information is listed in the description below, as it is with every single replay review. How to submit, it's a video link right down there. I tell you guys what's up. I go in the order of the submissions that I receive. I will be doing another submission period. I will tell you guys when on my channel and on Twitter, so if you follow me in those locations, I make it known very well when those submission times happen, because I know there's a ton of you guys who want to see them reviewed, but the most fair way that I can do this is I go in the order that I receive. So if you have any questions about the process, I will try to answer them in the comment section of this video, but again, it's in the description, each of these videos. So thanks everybody, have a great day, I'll see you next time.